Hello, and welcome to another EPC Teardown Guide. Today, we're taking a look at the Dell Precision 7770. Bit of a mouthful, that one. This model in particular has a i5 12th Gen CPU. It's a bit of a more complicated teardown. Today, we're going to show you how. Now let's get into it. To start off, we have 6 screws captured in the back case. Just a regular Phillips bit will do. This model is similar to the Precision 7760 and other 77 models, I believe, but each one is distinct in their own ways. Alright, so to get this back cover off, I found the easiest way is going to be to actually go from the front. Normally I go for the back on similar models, but this one, the front lip is easier. I'll just use a knife to slowly work free the clips and around to the side, and there it goes. So now that we got that back cover off, we'll start before anything else by removing the battery. Always good to do that before doing any repair work. And then the battery itself is held on by these 3 Phillips screws. They actually list what kind of screw they are. Looks like it says M2x7L. I think they're captured too. Let's see. Nope, they are not. I guess that L stands for long, so those are rather long. Now the whole battery should just come out and away. So now we got that battery out. Let's go ahead and get this drive out of there. It's this little sliding locking mechanism right here. And then I believe this screw right here is holding it to the case. Yep. And the drive itself comes out in this little caddy. I'm going to show you right here. Just to open that caddy, you just have to take out this screw. And then you just take this little aluminum heatsink right off. And the drive pops. Should be straight up. There it goes. There's also 3 optional places for more drive expansions right here. Listed 2, 4, and 3. Wonder why that is. So we'll just take these off as well, because we'll have to get to the screws underneath. And they're tucked in both in this section and in this section, so you're gonna have to sort of pull at an angle to get it out. Now we can get this Wi-Fi connections off. The card itself is soldered to the board, but this bracket comes off. Screw is not captured, so it comes out as well. Now we're going to delicately remove these Wi-Fi antennas. Try and remove them away directly perpendicular to the connector. We're going to try and pull it straight off. Any kind of torque applied could potentially damage the socket or the cable. There we go. This came out perfectly. And then we just unthread the cable itself from the case. Looks like if we want to get this one out, we're going to have to remove the speaker connector first. Same deal, you just unthread it from the case. And then these Wi-Fi antenna sections actually come out, held on by just these 2 screws on the inside. Now we follow the white cable all through the right side. Same deal on this side, just 2 screws. And then the Wi-Fi cable. Now it looks like if we want to fully pull that speaker cable off, there's this little plastic cover here, an expansion for the second SSD. So we just pull that one off. And then the cable comes right up. Because we're here, we'll take the speaker off. It's not held on by any screws, just these rubber grommets. Pull that straight up, unthread it from the case, and pull that up as well. So now that we've done some work down here, let's go ahead and tackle this area up here. We'll go ahead and take off this rather massive heatsink. I guess we can start by disconnecting these cables that are powering the fans. You just have to take off these small connectors right here, held on by these wings. This one's in a bit of a hard to reach area, so I'll grab the tweezers. Now, to get this heatsink off, we have, it looks like 3 screws holding the fans on. Now we have the heatsink proper. These screws are all numbered, specifically for when you're putting the heatsink on, so it equally spreads whatever thermal paste you've applied. For taking them off, the order's less important, but I'll still follow it. All of these screws are captured too, so you don't have to worry about them coming out. Now with that, the whole thing should lift away. Now that we've gotten off that heatsink, why don't we tackle this plastic cage that holds down the board itself. You can see we've got all these fat screws holding it in down here, as well as these silver screws that are holding it in the case up here. We'll start with these silver screws. So it looks like that was 5 screws in total for the silver ones. So now we'll work on the wider screws. And there's the wider screws, like there's 8 of theirs in total holding this thing in place. And that's the plastic cage off. Now we can go ahead and tackle this GPU. Now that we've taken the cage off, we'll go ahead and disconnect the bridge here, just held in by 2 screws each. There's this last cable holding these two together. These cables in particular you need to pull up from the far side and then pull it towards the area you just pulled it up. There's actually a little diagram right there that shows you on most of these models, but it can be kind of confusing at first. So again, you just pull up, just hook a nail underneath or something, and then push towards the area you just pulled up with the back end. That comes right out. And now it just looks like there's 3 more Phillips screws holding this GPU in place. And out she comes. So now that we have the board itself isolated, we can start by removing the components that are still holding it to the case. We can start with the ribbon cables. We have one right here on the left side. Just pull this flap up, slide the ribbon cable out, and then whenever you're working on these ribbon cables, it's a good idea to always close these back up after you pull the cable out. They're usually kind of fragile, so you keep them closed, less chance of getting damaged. We have another connector down here. A potential connection right there if there happens to be another daughter board here, but this model doesn't have one. This is a 3rd cable, this one connected to the touchpad. Looks like this one is taped in, so best to remove that. We have this connector right here on the side. Just a wing connector, so we can easily just pull that off. I believe that is the power connector that then goes under the board to this right here, but we'll see if I'm right in a minute. We've got the display connections up here, held on by, it looks like 3 screws. Let's go ahead and get those out. Got a nice double bracket, and then to get those out, it looks like this one on the left, it's just a straight pull up, and the one on the right, much the same, it's just a slightly different connection, probably so you don't get them mixed up. Just unthread that a bit to get it out of the way. Now that we have what looks like all the cables out, we can start by removing the screws. So to start, we've got these 2 on the left that act as a support for the USB-C. Nope, looks like it's glued on there, alright. Now we've got another shield for these USB-Cs on the right side. And finally, I believe we've got these 2 screws over here in the top right corner. Now, with all that said, it should just come right out. Let me get closer with this. It looks like the only thing stopping me is the CMOS battery under the board. We can easily just pull that straight up. Now we have the board fully out. What we have here is cam RAM. I didn't remove this because it wasn't necessary today, but this isn't your standard, what you would expect, DDR RAM, like DDR4, DDR5, but this is a new standard that mostly Dell is trying out. If we take it off, you'll see what's special about it. Now this comes straight off because it is pressure fit. There's a spacer bar on the top, and the contacts are down here that connect to this removable, I'm not sure what you'd call it, bridge. Just good to know if you're working on something like this, it doesn't take standard RAM. In terms of why it's different, theoretically speaking, it should be faster. But for all intents and purposes today, it's just a new standard that they're trying out. And now, as you can see, there's still a few more things we could do if we wanted. For instance, I was correct that this is the power cable. It goes up to here. You could take that off, just one single screw. The lid plus the LCD is removable just with 3 screws on either side. Also, you could remove the SD card slot if you wanted to. The touchpad down here, and even the keyboard, it looks like, is removable if you take off a large handful of screws. But that is where we will end it today. And that is how you tear apart the Dell Precision 7770. Thank you for watching. And if you'd like to see us take anything else apart, leave us a comment.
Don't feel like doing a teardown yourself? Have not just one, but hundreds of devices taking up space? EPC is a global leader in the ITAD field, and it's our goal to reduce e-waste and give devices a second chance. Reach out to us today to learn more.